6.5 writing linear equations given a verbal description with 2 points today. So I'm not going to give you the slope. You guys are going to have to figure it out today by giving you 2 points. So I can write a linear equation given 2 points. Hey, I didn't have to calibrate. All right, first example. Make it a little bigger. Write an equation that represents each situation. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. States, each ticket for the concert costs the same amount. So there's not like a different price for adults, not a different price for children. All the tickets are the same price. And there is a one-time event fee charge for each transaction. So like if your family buys tickets, you don't have to pay a fee for each ticket. It's just like your family pays one fee and buys everybody a ticket and pays that much for each ticket. If you buy 3 tickets, the total charge is $35. If you buy 5 tickets, the total charge is $55. What does that give us? That information right here, what is this? But what is that we need to solve? Those are 2 what? What do we call those? 3 and 35, 5 and 55. What are those? 2 what? 2 ordered pairs. Thank you. That's awesome. So let's check this out. Do we know the slope by that? No, we do not know our slope. We have to figure it out. So I like to write them like that, my 2 ordered pairs. This is my x, this is my y. I know I have to subtract them. So 3 minus 5 is what? If I subtract it, 3 minus 5 is? Negative 2. 35 minus 55 is? A negative what?
20.
Negative 20. Which one goes on top, my x or my y? So to find my slope, we have a negative 20 over a negative 2, which simplifies a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and it simplifies to 10. So what is my slope?
10.
So m is 10. What does that tell us? 10. What do you think that's going to be? How about in the story problem though? What does the 10 stand for? Do you know yet? Anybody want to guess yet? The fee? That's a good guess. Tax? If that's another name for fee, maybe. All right, so now that we've figured out our m, this takes us to the assignment that we just corrected from yesterday from 6.4. Now we can pick either one of these ordered pairs. Now remember, this isn't minus anymore because I was minusing that. We can use either one of these ordered pairs that you want to figure out the what. So I've got these 2 ordered pairs. Doesn't matter which one you pick. You can pick either one. And we will still end up with the same answer when we solve for what? What do we need to solve for? Our b. Y equals mx plus b. Because now I know my m. What is my m? We just solved for it. 10. So equals, we know this is a 10 times, what do you want to use for your x and your y? Do you want to use 3 and 35 for your x and your y? Or do you want to use 5 and 55? Okay, that's the first one I heard, so 5 and 55. What goes here? The y is 55, so 55 equals 10 times, what's x? Times 5, and then we don't know our b. That's what we have to solve for. What do I do first to solve this? Multiply and get what? 50. So I have 50 plus b on this side. I still have 55 over here. What do I do now? Inverse operation, rend over, send over what? How do I do that? Subtract 50. Those cancel out. What does my b equal? 5. So now my final equation, I've figured out my b is 5. Y equals what? 10x plus 5. Nice. That part's done. And then on the bottom it says, complete a table of values to represent this equation, and then graph it. Well, we already started a table. What points do I know?
35, 50.
Yep, 3 and 35, and 5 and 55. Move my graph up a little bit. All right, now what? If you were to label your graphs, what you're going to start obviously 0, 0. What do you want the bottom to go by? Your x-axis. These are your x's. What do you want to go by?
Ones.
Probably ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do these represent on the bottom? What do the x's represent? X is your number of tickets, so that's what this is on the bottom, your number of tickets. What is the y-axis? Total charges. So what do you want to start here going by? Tens? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Total charges. So obviously, is this going to be a proportional relationship? 0 tickets, $0? Hopefully, right? Or otherwise you're getting ripped off. So hopefully you're going to have, it's going to be directly variated, or direct variation, you're going to have a 0, 0. So then where's the other one? 3 and 35. 3 and 10, 20, 30. 35 is going to be about halfway in between here. And then we know 5 is 55. And here's 50, 55. Well,
7, 7.
is this going to go through the 0? Is it going to be a direct variation? Let's point this out on the graph. Let's see what happens. So what's another one? Let's put in, let's see where the 1 takes us. If we put a 1 in our equation up here. What is 10 times 1? So y equals 10 plus 5, which is, so 1 and 15. Go right there. Is this working out? Does it have direct variation? I hope so. Let's try the 7. What will 7 get us? Put 7 in here. 10 times 7 plus 5 is? So 7 and 75. This is 60, 75. Is that showing direct variation? 0 tickets costing us $0? Oops. That looks pretty good. Looks like I could have been a little bit better on that dot. So it has direct variation. So we just graphed it. All right. Next one. Now here are just the 2 points. No story problem. First thing you need to do is label them X and Y, so you know which ones are which. X, Y, X, Y. What do we have to find first? Let's hear it. What? The M, the slope. We need to find the slope first. So y minus y, what's 5 minus 3? 5 minus 3 is 2. And a negative 4 minus a minus 3, which turns into a plus 3, is what? A negative 4 minus a minus 3 is a negative 1. So that simplifies to what for our slope? A negative 2. So our slope is a negative 2. So we know that our graph is going to be going in a negative direction. Now let's find what is this one? A negative 4 and 5. This was a negative 3 and 3. All right. So what did we change here? We did a positive, or we did a minus 2, sorry. So if you'd rather find your slope by finding the change here, you did a minus 2 here. What do you do to get from a negative 4 to a negative 3? You added 1. So you had a negative 2 over 1, which is a negative 2. If you want to do it that way, you can. But now we need to find the b, the y-intercept. Which one of these points do you want to use? The negative 4 and 5 or the negative 3 and 3? Okay, first one to say it gets it. Okay, negative 3 and 3. So what is my y? Then we're going to go y equals mx plus b. What's my y? If we're using this ordered pair. So the y is 3 equals, my m now is a negative 2 times x, which is negative 3 plus b. What's a negative 2 times a negative 3? 6. And how do I red over that? 3 equals 6. What do I do? Thank you. You nailed it. Minus 6. So what does b equal, class? Excellent. Negative 3. So my b is a negative 3. So I know that it's going to go through the y-axis at the negative 3. It has a slope of what? A negative 2 or a negative 2 over 1. So that's rise over run. Help me graph this. Which direction? Left or right? Left? How many? What's my run? Left how many?
1.
Left 1 and then rise? 2. Left 1, up 2. Left 1, up 2. How about backwards? Right 1 down 2. Right 1 down 2. Alright? And there you graph it. What am I missing? I'm not quite 100% done. What do I need to do? The most important part. Yes, write my equation. What is my final equation? Y equals negative 2x minus 3. Negative 2x minus 3. To calculate the y-intercept then, what did we do? To calculate, first you have to calculate the what? What did we do first? You guys don't have this one in yours? It's on the bottom.
Yeah, we do.
Yep, it's on the bottom, page 26. Okay, so what did we do first when we were solving? To calculate the y-intercept given 2 points, we have to do what first? Calculate the, calculate the slope, so find the slope. Then we use y equals mx plus b. The ordered pair provides the value of what? Yep, the x and the y for us. You can use either point. Yep, either point or either ordered pair, doesn't matter, you pick. Then you substitute the numerical values for the slope, because we figured that out. And then we use inverse operations to solve for the b. Actually, this could say substitute the numerical values for the slope and x and y. Because we figured out the slope and then you use the point for the x and the y. All right, no graphs, no tables. Let's just figure this out. So you have your x and your y, x and your y. First thing you need to do is find out what your slope equals. Then you pick either pair you want. I'm assuming most people are going to use this one, 3 and 9. Why would I assume that? Because they're all positive numbers, but doesn't matter. You'll get the same answer if you use this one. Find the b. and then write your equation. All right, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to figure that out. Hold up your answers on your board. Okay, I'm just going to give you a couple of hints for those of you that are having trouble getting started. Y minus y, 9, so this is 9 minus a minus 6 on the top. The x's, 3 minus a minus 2 on the bottom to find our slope. All right? So remember, when it's minus a minus, these turn into plus. So what does my slope end up being? What's 9 plus 6? 15 over 3 plus 2 is 5. All right, so simplify your slope. Put that here. And then I'm assuming, like I said, I think probably most of you are going to substitute in when you do that, y equals mx plus b. When we're solving for the b, I'm assuming you'll use the 3 and the 9 here. So 9 equals your m times your x, which is 3 plus b. Right? And you figured out your slope. That's this simplified. All right, now hold up your final equation. All right, so when we figure 15 divided by 3 is 3, so my slope is 3. 3 times 3 here is 9, so I still have 9 equals 9 plus b minus 9 to both sides. Cancels out. B equals, well, this equals 0. So that is true. B, your y-intercept is 0. Your slope was 3. What's your final equation? Y equals 3x. And then do we write plus 0? No. That's my final equation. We're done. Y equals 3x. Where does it go through on the graph? It goes through what on the graph? The origin, the B, right there. And it'll be like this. It'll go through the origin, something like that. Okay, another one. Last one, and then you're going to be on your own, due to time-wise. I'm going to write these a little bit bigger. We've got 6 and negative 4, 8 and negative 3. You need to find your slope, your y-intercept, and then I need your equation. Hold your equation up. Once you get your equation correct, you can start your homework, which is pages 3 and 4 in your worksheet packet. All right, so we need to find the slope first. Hold it up. Actually, just write, All right, remember your slope is the y minus y. So if you go a negative 4 minus a minus 3, what does that turn into? That turns into a plus 3, all right? Then you have 6 minus 8. For our slope, what do I end up for my slope? What's my numerator? A negative 1 over, what's 6 minus 8? A negative 2. And what does that simplify to? A negative over a negative makes a positive. So your slope needs to be a positive 1/2. Right, so now we know that y equals 1/2 x. Now figure out the b. I don't care which one you use, this x and y or this x and y. Substitute it in for y equals 1/2 x plus b. Substitute it in. Show me your final equation, what your y-intercept is. So we figured out that 1/2 is our slope. So I'm just going to take this one. So the y is a negative 4 equals 1/2 times 6, or 6 over 1, plus b. Well, this goes in here once, 3. So I have a 3. 1/2 of 6 is obviously 3. 3 plus b equals, we have a negative 4 over here. What's my inverse to a plus 3? It's a positive 3. What do I have to do? Subtract 3 to both sides. What does b equal? Fight or unite? Negative 4, negative 3. Fight or unite? Unite. Unite and get a negative 7. So y equals 1/2 x minus 7 is your final equation.